Welcome to a special bonus mini episode of Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for season converts and season fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And like I said, it's a special mini bonus episode because our favoritest, bestest, only boy in the world has finally debuted as a solo artist.
With a full EP, not just a single.
It's so exciting. This time last year, we celebrated Minho's 30th birthday with a whole episode about him. And at the end of the episode, we were like, but he's never really released anything. And then the next day, they announced like a single for him. So we've been waiting all year for this.
Yes, and now finally our SHINee soloist package is complete. We have our SHINee plagiarism, which lives on. And so he did follow the what is the word I'm looking for? The like
established format.
Yes, established pattern of the rhyme scheme. That's he stuck with the rhyme scheme that we've established in ace and bass and voice and face. That's in the wrong order, but whatever. And so his first mini album is called Chase.
It is called Chase, and it was released digitally on the 6th of December, but the music video and everything came out yesterday, December 12th. The physical album and everything was released then. I'm not sure why they did this because the music video still has the 6th as the date in the corner. So
Weird.
I don't know if they just had to move things around a little bit or something. But anyway, it's fully out now. And something that I thought was interesting is that in this SHINee plagiarism thing that we have is that all of the boys' first albums have had the same cover design, which is a solid color, an image of them in a rectangle, cover the title and their name in the top corner. And then at the bottom, every single one of them has like a paragraph. And like Jonghyun started it, and his was like about stretch marks, like that, like the growing or whatever, this poetic thing. So Minho's is no exception, and this is what his cover inscription says: "Finally, the puzzle is complete with the last piece. The story I will conclude with my narrative began with our faith. This faith, which cannot be explained in a single sentence, expands our universe and allows us to change the world. So I will not slow down in moving forward as I return and live with such faith. I shall look back at myself once more, continue to work hard, and always hold on to my convictions with modesty and gratitude. I will show that we are not wrong."
Powerful.
I know. So let's get into this album. I want to talk about all the songs and the stages and everything that we've gotten so far. So the first track and the title song is indeed called Chase. So this song was written by Kwaka, Inlay, Childish Major, Q Gullidge, Lawrence Dobson, Swish Gemini, Lee Young-ji, and Kimberly Cadence Krishuk.
Wow. So many
Lot
people
of
and such a
writers.
mouthful.
And the music video for this is so dark.
Oh my God.
Minho's so dark.
Honestly did not enjoy watching this music video. It is really, really sad and bloody and dark.
It's very
It's
dark.
just sad.
Yeah, it starts off with like very glowy, soft edged like memories of this like lovely love that like is so glowy and innocent or whatever. But Minho is very sad. And then he puts on his literal costume from Derailed.
Yes, with the leather jacket and the hoodie. It's the
he's
same
the
thing.
same. And then he goes to bars like looking for this girl, getting into trouble, getting kicked out of the bars.
And then beat up by
Getting
the
kicked in the
bouncers.
stomach a whole bunch, which this movie Derailed of his that we saw years ago. That's the whole movie.
Yeah, he's
gets
just like
beat
beaten
up.
over and over again, and it's all like for a girl too.
Yes.
So it like
It felt
maybe
really
this is just
similar.
the same. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the same character.
And then at the end of the music video, it turns out that the girlfriend from the Soft Love Memories died in a fiery car crash. And then he has been literally chasing her ghost this whole time. And then at the end of the music video, he gets a gun to shoot the ghost and like end this nightmare. And he's so sad.
Yes, he like shoots at himself in the mirror.
He shoots across the room where the
but like he
ghost
shoots
is.
like at a mirror though, because like then at the end it like shows like
The
him
mirror
in
is
a
all
shattered
shattered.
mirror or whatever. It was just all really sad. And like there was a part where like when you learn about the fiery car crash, like he's in the car crash and then he just like gets up and he sees that she's dead and then just like walks away.
Leaves the scene of the crime.
And
Everyone
like
just
all
lets
these people
him
are like running
leave.
toward it and they just let this bloody guy limp away from the scene of the accident. And then he like sees her like standing down the road and starts like running after her. And I was like, oh, is he also dead? Like, and he's chasing her ghost like to follow into the light. But no, he's not dead. He's just haunted.
He's haunted.
Like, fuck me, man.
He's so haunted.
That's not what I wanted from you, Mino.
I agree. I'm sad that, and there's not a lick of choreo in it. Like,
And there's so much blood on his face.
so much blood on his face.
At
So
a
much
certain
blood on his
point,
face.
he's like
there's
walking
a glob
down-
in the
Yes!
corner of his mouth. I
was
just want to like
it
wipe
looks
it.
like he was like a little kid like eating a messy cherry popsicle, like the way that it's just like smeared on it. I hate it. I hate it.
I totally understand. But like the lyrics to this one, like one of the main lines is so many memories of us chase me every night. So that's the chase, is he's being chased by these haunting memories and he keeps run.
Yeah.
And he can't get away.
Can't get away.
But he's done a couple of stages for this so far. And the main like looks for the stages are like some kind of bulky structured jacket, different jackets, but like a jacket, and then like a kind of cargo-y or like a, I don't know, like the jeans also have like a structure to them and like big old boots. But this fucking Inky Gaio stage from yesterday, he wore a black mesh shirt. And like, oh my God, his abs are just glistening in the stage lights. And it's so much.
And if we did a stage outfit spotlight, we would have given out a lot of nipple points for that stage. It was not cool. I was not prepared.
But the choreo to this one is really interesting. It has a nice like fast to slow kind of like vibe about it. Like the moves stay very like they all run together in a flow, but like sometimes it like really slows down and then it goes really fast again. And there's a really great moment at the end where he gets down on his knees and does some floor stuff. And then the girl dancers, at the same time that they're kind of pushing him up to standing, they're like holding his arms back, and it makes this very beautiful like
the way that he like rolls
ugh.
up through his spine, like because he's almost like, you know, like one of those moves where you like stand up from being on the ground, like
and
backwards
do the whole roll.
or whatever, and do the whole roll up. And so the like tension from the backup dancers, like both holding him back and pushing him up, it just like makes a really beautiful line. And it's really great. I do really like the way that he uses the backup dancers. I don't love the like main choreo line that they do of the like run in, whatever. And then because they do like a really simple like arm, but I think that the leg looks weird. Like when the way that they lift the leg, I think looks just like odd. It's like a weird silhouette that they're making. But I mean, I love seeing him be a soloist and like have his little moment to shine. It's so fun.
And there's a lot of cool stuff with the backup dancers. Like the girls come in and the boys come in and then everybody, and there's lots of tableaus and moments, and it's like it's a real whole comeback.
And there's one backup dancer that because I feel like a lot of times, especially with the SHINee solos, I recognize the backup dancers because they use a lot of the same ones, and like Kai uses a lot of the same dancers as Timeen and stuff, so I feel like I know a lot of the SM dancers like faces. But in this one of the girls has like reddish hair and she's very tall. She like looks so much more Amazonian than the rest, and I like she's almost as tall as Minho is.
Wow.
And so like and I was just like, ooh, like I love seeing a really tall dancer. Like we don't really get those very often because our K-pop boys aren't very tall. And then like, but Minho's tall, so he can have a tall dancer. And it's great. I love her, whoever she is. The second track off of this album is called Runaway featuring Gemini. This song was written by Greg Bonnick, Hayden Chapman, and Jeremy Jasper. It is arranged by LDN Noise with lyrics by Minho, Gemini, and Quokka.
The lyrics to this one, like the first line is, "It ain't love if we have different thoughts. And you know we're too far to run away, but pretend that you don't." So there's like there's a hesitation of like this relationship should end because we're not on the same page, but I can't run away.
Yeah. But I can't let it go quite yet. He has performed this as a B-side on at least one stage so far. He did this on Inkigayo. And Gemini actually like he's a rapper who's featured on this and he's like there. So he comes out on the stage with them. This stage is fine. I think this like wasn't one of my favorite songs off of the album. So I'm like still kind of holding out for my favorite one to maybe be a B-side at one point. But yeah, my main complaint about this is that I really, really, really don't like the hat he's wearing.
The stage outfits in this are very dumb. He has like this denim hat that has all this like flames on the side or something. And I don't think he should ever wear baseball hats unless he is playing golf, and then it needs to be a strict white baseball cap. Otherwise, like, don't put hats on his head. I don't like it. No, thank you.
I personally don't like it, so please don't do it anymore.
So please don't do it anymore. But also the outfit in general, like he's wearing this like cropped, like puffy coat, like pulled off of his like side. And I think it just like bothered me so much because like in the whole history of SHINee, like even though Minho was the rapper, they never tried to force that like streetwear hip hop, like he's the rapper on him. And so he looks like he's in a costume. I'm like, you don't dress like that.
Yeah. I agree. I also thought he looked like he was in a costume in a way that the stage outfits don't usually look. I agree.
But this song has traditional instruments in it, which I have to give points for because you know that we love that. It's very interesting that it has this like electric guitar doing this little noodle, but there's also like some fancy like something,
piper flute or something in it.
And yeah, it's a very just like simple R&B song. I like Gemini's voice as well. I think it like, I don't know, it just makes a nice little groovy, low key R&B song. But Gemini is a K-R&B solo artist who debuted in 2020. And he has 9 solo singles / EPs and features on other songs with people like Woods and Jamie. So he's in kind of that world of the music scene. But also I just had to bring this up because it was a freaky moment and I need to like confess to it. But when I was looking up Gemini, because I was like, I don't know who this guy is. The second Google result after his Spotify page appeared to be a fan wiki. I look at fan wikis all the time. Whatever, fan wiki page for Gemini. But I'm reading it and it says something about how he wanted to be a star when he saw his favorite band 7 p.m. like debut or whatever. And I was like, there's not a K-pop group called 7 p.m. Like, did I fucking wake up
in an alternate
universe where there's a group called 7 p.m.
The coolest part of the day.
And yes. And I clicked on the 7 p.m. link and it took me to a whole other page for 7 p.m. And they debuted in 2009 and they had 10 albums and whatever. And I'm searching YouTube, I'm searching Spotify. I don't understand. This can't be. Then I finally look up at the top corner of this wiki and it is a fanon wiki. Everything on it was fake. Every single page of every single group, every single artist listed on this wiki is fully made up.
What?
just made up.
Why?
I don't know. Do people write novels?
What?
Is this for role play? Like, I'm not kidding. I don't know why this exists, why Google pushed it on me like it was real, why it took me so long to not realize it was real.
Why somebody took the time to make such an extensive piece of fake history.
There were album covers for all and track listings for these fake 7 p.m. albums.
And were they like a Photoshop, like an image? Like, did they have people on them? Like were there other idol faces like connected to this 7
Some
p.m.?
of the pages did have pictures of people that were like listed with a name, but maybe they were stock photos. Like, I have absolutely no freaking idea.
Wow.
But I don't think this page was even for this rapper Gemini. I think it was for a totally made up Gemini or something. Like, I don't know.
That's really, really weird. I don't know. You stumbled upon a strange,
I stumbled
dark
upon
corner
something
of the
so
web.
strange. And like something similar a couple of months ago happened in one of my group chats. We were talking about hurricanes, and somebody in the group chat was looking up if any of us had ever had a hurricane that was our name. And a page came up for like Hurricane Shannon in 1975 hit the coast of Florida, whatever. It was also fake. It was a whole wiki of fake hurricanes.
Why are people doing this?
I don't understand.
You guys.
Why are you writing fan fiction about hurricanes?
If you're going to do that, put it on AO3. Like, don't put it on Wikipedia. Guys.
But it was a fan wiki. It wasn't Wikipedia. It was like
No, I know that, but I mean the hurricane one.
Yeah, that was a.
There was a fan
It was
wiki?
a hurricane fan wiki.
People are weird.
People are weird. So anyway, I'm sorry for that really long aside, but like for 5 whole minutes, I thought I had gone completely insane, woken up in another universe. Like, I did not understand. And the funniest thing is when I typed in 7 p.m. K-pop into YouTube, you know what comes up? Videos of us, because of our Uno's dance 7 p.m. K-pop class is in the title of every single video.
Weird.
Right?
Okay, that's
I did
too
wake
twisted.
up in another universe. Something's weird.
Something's wrong. We've made a mistake somewhere down the line, and things have gotten twisted. Ooh, that's weird.
It is weird. Okay. Track 3 on this album is called Prove It.
Trust me, I prove it. 어제도 오늘도 그래왔던 것처럼 다른 남은 건 forever. 내 곁에 together.
This song was written by Zale Epstein and Josh Cumby with lyrics by Kang Eun-jang. And Josh Cumby has written a lot of SM songs that we've talked about before. And the lyrics to this one say, "The only thing left is forever, by your side together, even if the season withers away, even on a night when the stars are gone. Until that moment, trust me, I'll prove it." And I think this is my favorite song on the mini.
Me too.
The guitar is so nice, and it just has really good vibes.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my favorite song off of it too, and it was on my short list for B-sides for a really long time, and I ultimately like kicked it off because I wanted to highlight like more unique songs. But there's just something very like comforting and lovely about this song, and it's really good. This one's my favorite too. The 4th track off this album is called Waterfall, and it features Lim Kim.
수면 위로 입을 맞춘 순간 꿈이 아니라고 해줘 너에게로 빠져버린 heart 영혼까지 잠기도록.
It was written by Cha-Cha Malone. I need a cha-cha beat boy. And has lyrics by Moon Sully.
And the lyrics to the song are filthy. They're filthy. I didn't even write any down because I can't even read them out. I couldn't bring myself to read them out loud.
Oh my God, I'm pulling them up right now. I didn't even look up the lyrics to this. Hold on.
It's very intense.
Gasp. Ah! Ooh. Oh my. This is very dirty. This is
Right?
about sex. As if you are riding on me and
I told you I didn't even want to write them down. I couldn't do it.
Nope, I'm not saying that out loud.
Right?
I'm not saying that out loud. My goodness, my sir. How dare you? Inappropriate. No, you performed this in front of people.
I know.
What?
Indeed.
Oh my.
So, Lim Kim, our featured artist on this, she is a 28-year-old soloist who rose to fame on a show called Superstar K. We watch K-pop star on this show, but Superstar K is another, like American Idol v X Factor, similar
competition show.
And she has released a lot of solo singles and some very popular OST songs. And I know her best from singing the theme song to Roommate,
Oh, fun.
my favorite variety show.
Nice.
And he did perform this on Music Core with Lim Kim. And he was wearing this beautiful brown trench coat like a fucking detective.
Yeah, he looked like Inspector Gadget, but like in a hot way.
And she wore like a very simple black cocktail dress with boots. And they like stand like 6 feet apart on stools. And then at one point they cross and go to the other side. And then at the very end, they kind of stand together. But
they
to
don't,
sing
like-
the end of the song. But not really.
But they don't like look at each other
They
or
look
like
at each
they
other
like kind of, and then but like they never like they don't like sing the song to each other the way that a lot of duets do.
Right.
They like are kind of just like not acknowledging each other on the stage, which is fine. But it's great. This is a very beautiful song.
It's really pretty. I love her voice. It's got a very interesting, like throaty quality to it. That's very unique. And this is Minho's first duet that he's ever done. So he was really excited about that part. And he thanked her on Instagram and praised her godlike voice and said it was his favorite song thanks to her. Ooh. So he was very excited to get to do a duet because he's never done anything before.
I know. So exciting that he gets to do this at all.
The 5th song on this album is the titular track in that it is called Choice.
But his album's
Oh,
called
the album's
Chase.
called Chase. Oh my God. So it's not even titular. Choice is what he always calls his fan meets.
Yeah. The best choice.
Okay, anyway, Choice.
느려진 속도 속에 더 많은 걸 느껴 기나긴 말처럼
This song was written by Che Bora, Tenrock, Feli, Benjamin, Boston, Kevin White, and Mike Woods. And the lyrics, like the main hook is endless is my choice. Every moment is precious. So it's one of those life is hard, so keep going kind of songs.
Choose every moment.
And my comment when I first listened to the album for the first time and heard this song, I was like, okay, Rap God Minho needs at least one song to do his rap godding.
Yeah.
And give us a little rap song.
He had to.
But I thought it was interesting because I saw an album preview write-up before the album came out with like a little paragraph like describing each song. And they described this song as autobiographical. So I really expected him to have literally any part in it. And he is not in the very long list of writers. So that confused me a little bit. But I mean, I guess it's a universal message that he can relate to. But
yeah, or maybe the songwriters like talked to him about what he wanted the song to be, or like maybe he had some kind of like input or like told them a story and they wrote the song based on that or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. The last track on the EP is called Heartbreak.
You 너의 기분을 쉽게 높게 낮게 나의 마음을 쉽게
This song was originally released in December of 2021. It is written by Parrish Washington, Diederik van Elsass, Joran van der Voot, Alex Aino, trackside, and has Korean lyrics by Park Tae-woon.
And there is a whole music video for this one, and it has very like Matrix Blade Runner like vibes about it. And it's mostly just him going zoomies in an old car and like looking at computers and stuff. But my favorite part is where he's wearing this like khaki shirt and glasses, and he looks like such a like 90s hunk, like Harrison Ford in like some kind of 90s movie, or like the glasses. I don't know.
I love him in the glasses.
Handsome.
He looks so handsome in the glasses. So he's like both the like slick, like suited guy in the car, and he's also the like nerdy
man in the
hacker
chair
behind the large computer screens or whatever. So he's like both sides of the equation.
And yeah, the song just came out too late last year, so I'm glad that they like plopped it back on this album and it can have another chance in the sun, because I really feel like it got weirdly buried by the time of year that it came out in.
Yeah, because it had a very like quiet release, so I was glad that they tacked it onto the end of this one as well, because I really like this song. It's so groovy.
Yeah, it's got a good sound. So that's the mini. Those are the songs that are on it. It's just a nice little package of our Minho. But one thing that I wanted to like honorable mention or recommend or whatever, just talk about for a second, is that he recently went on BoA's new JTBC show. It's called K909. It is a music show, but it's more focused on a few artists every episode, as opposed to like everybody who's promoting gets to go on it. It's like a little more focused, and people get to do like special stages or collaborations or whatever. But it is a music showcase program.
Is it still does it still have a competition element where there's a winner? Oh, okay, cool. So it's just like a showcase.
Yes, it's like a showcasey show. And BoA is the host because of her like the point of BoA hosting it is that BoA has 20 plus years of being a star, and so she should be the host of it. Anyway, he went on K909, he did Chase, and he also performed the SHINee song Area all by himself.
And this is the one he wrote the lyrics to, isn't it?
It is.
사라져 손엔 잡히지 않는 너 나나나나나나나 젖어진 바람의 빈자리 그날은 난 멈춰 선착 같은 area.
So he originally came up with this because the Area originally was not promoted with the Don't Call Me album, but when Minho did his first Best Choice earlier this year, I think, is when they came up with this whole choreographed version of Area, where he is singing all of the lines like as a like solo song. However, all of the SHINees are still in the backing track doing all of their ad libs and runs and harmonies. So it still feels like very, very SHINee while having this like highlight of it being just Minho. And there's a fucking dance solo at the end.
Oh my god, the dance solo is so good. It's like more of like a contemporary, like almost like a Timeen style like dance solo, which is great because like Minho doesn't really get those kinds of moments to highlight his dancing because he's not like he had to like learn how to dance like for SHINee. And he has like talked himself about how like, you know, the way that he like struggles to like learn and like the, you know, make the moves look natural or whatever. So that was really fun to see, but also just like hearing the little like individual SHINee ad libs underneath or like around his voice was so fun. And like the key lines in particular like really stood out to me, and the way that both of their voices sound together is so beautiful. Like Minky subunit, when
I'll buy all of it.
I want it.
I want it so bad.
Give it to me,
Give it to me,
please, and thank you.
But that's all I had like written down to talk about. But like overall, I have found this, it's only been like 2 days, but I've found this experience like deeply overwhelming in a way that I was not expecting. Like when the album came out last week, I had, you know, bought it and had it on my phone and listened to it like immediately and was like listening to the music. But then when I saw a few days ago that he had already started doing stages, I like couldn't bring myself to watch them. I was like it was like I was too excited and too overwhelmed that it was almost like I don't even want it. Like I don't know, because I don't know what it will be. Like I was telling you, like we've spent almost a decade with this man and I've never had to do solo promotion before. So like I just felt like I wasn't ready, and it like took a whole and yesterday I had to like sit down and be like, okay, like steady yourself, like here we go, and like take it all in.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to watch the stages until the music video comes out, but I'll listen to the EP. And I texted you when I was listening to it, and I was like, I swear I'm getting ready for us to like sit down and work, but also I keep getting distracted because I'm listening to the Minho EP, and it's really, really good. But yeah, I like sat down and was like, okay. And I pulled up the music video, and then like as when I typed in like Chase Minho like on YouTube, I just pulled up literally everything that came up, like all in different tabs, like every single stage, the fan cam versions, and like all the B-sides with Area for the very last, because I was like, we're gonna save the best for last. And then when I watched the music, I started with the music video, and it was so fucking depressing and dark and horrible and not at all what I wanted. Like I did not enjoy Derailed. We've already talked about this. Thank you very much. No. And so I texted you, and I was just like, I don't think I can, like, what? Yeah. Like, I can't handle this. And then you were like, well, just so you know, like he is like too naked without being naked, and I couldn't handle the stages. And I was like, I need the sluttiness to bring up my heart, because I have been broken and I need to be mended. And I was not prepared.
Yeah.
I was not prepared for the mesh.
I was not prepared for the mesh either. But of course he did the mesh. Of course he had to do a little bit of mesh.
What a little hoe.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm really proud of him. I'm really glad that this like finally happened. And like I like saved a bunch of them, and I meant to like translate them ahead of time so that I could read them on the podcast, but I screenshotted every single Instagram story where a friend or colleague like had complimented him, and then he added his like own compliments, and he just seems so excited. And like seeing him post like the pictures on the music core stairs with all of his dancers, and I'm like, look at you, you're doing it.
Yeah, it is really fun, and it's really fun to have him like complete the puzzle of SHINee solos, because like, you know, we've talked about this before in like the creation of SHINee, that he was just like the hot boy pulled off the street who didn't have really like plans to be a musician, so he had to kind of like learn how to do everything from scratch, as opposed to the other members who like wanted to be an idol. And so to have him like finally debut and have like a very solid release with like something that I think complements his voice so nicely in every track. It's just lovely.
Yeah, it's just very nice, like in a progression of the 16 years or whatever it's been. No, that's too many.
Well, they're about to celebrate their
15, 14. Point is, it's a lot of years of him being SHINee, and his singing voice has just like improved so much. And I feel like he's really found his pockets. Like on the Odd album with Don't Let Me Go, they like figured out that he has a nice clear falsetto if you place it in the right spot, and I feel like this album really takes advantage of that.
Totally.
And like every single song has at least a few like woo little lines. Like he gets some
high notes
in there.
He doesn't just sing down low,
but then when he does sing down low, it's so like moody and good. And that like, even though I don't love it, and I, you know, wish maybe he did something a little different, it feels very Minho of him to have done this very dramatic music video instead of a flashy idol thing and doing like solo like I feel like I could imagine, just knowing him and what he feels most confident in, that like maybe the idea of filming standalone dance stuff where he's the only person was like too intimidating, or like I don't want to do that.
Being an actor,
and that like it's a similar vibe to like a movie that he was in, but also like some of the SHINee music videos, like Minho's the one who's like running or fighting. Like in View, he gets in a bar fight as well.
That's
like
true. He gets a bottle smashed.
He's
over
just
his
got
head.
like.
But then titties in his face.
The point is that he's just a boy and he likes boy things like cars and punching people. So like,
Sure. Except that he usually gets punched.
right? So I don't know what that's about. But anyway, I'm just really proud of him and it's really exciting that he did this. And yeah, I don't know. I just really hope. I don't know. I haven't checked his schedules or anything. I don't know if there will be more stages because I know that we are now getting into
Gaio
the time of
season.
year where there's no music shows, so that they're doing Gaios, and I didn't see that he was like, announced to be on anything, but I want more.
I want to see Prove It.
Yeah,
I want to see Prove It, please.
I'd like
Speaking
that
it
as well.
into the
Yeah,
universe.
speak it. Speak it.
Give me a Prove It stage. Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I'm just so proud of him and I'm happy that we finally got this and it's so exciting and I can't wait to get my albums in my hands. I saw people posting pictures of what the photo cards look like yesterday and they're all so good and I want to get them all because I have so many Minho photo cards. That's like the only photo cards that I like really care about and keep in good plastic. It's like my Minho ones. So yeah. Oh, and like, what will the book look like? And like, oh my God, a whole album that's only him in it.
I know,
Like,
a whole photo book with just pictures of Minho. What a dream.
what a dream. What a dream. So yeah, that's all we have to say. Check out the mini if you haven't yet. I think there's a little something for everybody on there. It's just got like good vibes. And it's not too, I don't think it's too like alienating. Like, I don't know. It's just a nice,
No, definitely
just nice
not.
boy music.
Yeah, very pleasant. Very pleasant.
Yeah. So thanks for listening to this little mini ep so that we could get our ultimate bias feelings out. And we'll be back with a regular episode on Wednesday for end of year awards. Thank you. We love you, Minho. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Jonghyun, your inspiration.